Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel again. Today we're going to make citrus almond streusel, and this streusel is contain dairy and also almond. Okay, let's get started. First, um, we're gonna do times. We're gonna do it. This batch is a kind of little bigger batch, so it's kind of little bit like basically if you're feeding basically like I would say like I would say like a big group of people, but this recipe you can divide this recipe and get it at a small portion if you're gonna make this at home. So if you're at home and you're gonna make this recipe can be very good. And this citrus almond streusel, it's a very good recipe. Okay, first we're gonna start off with the recipe. Okay, we're gonna make a small batch. Okay, which is the smallest batch is butter, 300 300 grams of butter, and also granulated sugar, also called as cane sugar. You can use any type of sugar if you would like, and it's gonna be 300 gram also. Okay, and AP flour 300 gram, almond flour 300 gram, lemon zest 4 zest. Okay, so let's get started. First, you want to grate your zest your lemon. After you zest your lemon, you can weigh out your flour, as you can see. And then after you weigh your flour, so again, this recipe, it doesn't matter if you want to zest your lemon in a um different bowl or whatever container you have. It's up to you. Okay, it's you may probably think that it's a lot of lemon, but you needed to get that citrus look and also taste, right? Because it's a citrus streusel. And also this recipe, you don't have to add, if you don't want to it to be citrus, you don't have to be make it as citrus. You can use this recipe as any type of I would say like plain without the citrus if you're allergic to citrus, and it would be perfectly fine because I try this recipe in all different ways, and it worked pretty good. And also if you need like um brown, if you need like a brown sugar streusel, like basically like you want it brown, you also can, instead of adding the granulated sugar, you can also add brown sugar. This recipe is good for any kind of pies, whether Thanksgiving or you name it, any type of pies you want to make. If you want to make almonds, straight almond streusel, you can make almond streusel. But this recipe is contain dairy and also gluten also. But you don't have to make this recipe as gluten. You also can take out the flour and add basically almond flour, and it will be basically nuts also. It's gonna be allergy if you're allergic to allergy. So it's up to you wherever you want to do it. Yeah, as again, this recipe is a very easy and quick recipe. um so again, so you zest your lemon. After you zest your lemon, then you're gonna move on to, but in the meantime you zest in your lemon. You can go ahead and prepare your butter first, but I just zest my lemon because I just have to do such a big batch. But the first thing you want to do, you can weigh out your butter and the granulated sugar, which is the first beginning of the recipe. So you once you weigh that out, you can basically um, mix it in the mixer or whatever you're doing or using. Mix it in the meantime, so you kind of have ahead of time. But I'm on a time um, pace every day, and you know how it is. Quick, easy, done. That's the whole game of this my process. So that's the flour and the lemon. Please don't mix it this kind of way. You zest the lemon last. You want everything to incorporate, mix all the way incorporate, right? So don't zest your lemon last. You can mix your lemon in the flour. So try to remember that part, because it's if you zest the lemon last, it's just gonna be a clump of lemon just basically in the dough. You want it to mix with the butter and the sugar all the way, right? And the instruction um, is basically is just basically plain straight up recipe. It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult. So you're gonna combine all dry together, which is the almond flour and the AP flour together. Try to remember again, this is very important. Don't add the butter in just the whole butter in there just like that. I would suggest you to cut your butter in strips and cubes, so it's very easy to mix. After you cut your butter in cubes, you want to add your butter and sugar together. You just want to dump it in basically in the same bowl where the sugar is. So that's how I deal with my stuff. But if you don't want to have, if you don't want to, create a lot of dirty dishes, you can basically add it straight to the mixing bowl. But I always like to do step, because sometimes I'm just so busy and I get caught up. And that's the reason why I kind of like weigh my all my ingredients like step by step, just in case I can go over and weigh my stuff if I make a mistake. So cut your butter in cubes, and the next step we're gonna do is just basically add my butter and my sugar into my mixing bowl. And you want to use a paddle for your mix. You can't use a dough hooker or etc. You want to use a paddle. And the paddle is just basically break it up like real easy, and that's just the right way to go. So you mix your butter and sugar in a bowl, right? And then we're gonna go from there. And after you mix that, then you're gonna paddle your mix. You're gonna paddle your mix for basically I would say like it's all depends on what kind of machine you're using, because I'm using basically like a 20 quart um mixing 20 quart mixer. So it's very powerful, so it's easy to mix. So as you can see, I add my butter and sugar already it's already have mix and stuff and get ready to go. And then I add all my almond flour and my AP flour. And there you go. And I turn my mixer at speed
Start
one,
mixing at speed 2 or speed 1.
and I'll also have my my lemon zest, as you can see. So almond flour, so sugar, butter, mix. Then add your almond flour, lemon zest,
Sorry.
and just the regular flour. Okay, and you mix all the way, and there you have it. So that's the finishing product of your streusel, and it's very easy and simple recipe. And there you have it, almond streusel, and it's almond citrus streusel. And there you have it, and you see it's very, very, very crumbly. And if you're gonna bake this recipe, if you're gonna bake this streusel, you're gonna bake this streusel at 320. If you want to bake it before or off, if you're making, say you're making a like a apple pie or so, you may wanna. It's a lot of people that like to mix they mix the streusel in the pie at the top, but I like to bake my streusel first and then like par bake it a little bit and then you top it off, because what happens is sometimes it's just gonna stick all the way down. As you can see, the color and the texture of my streusel is just pure and natural. It's now no added coloring. It's just pure natural color from the lemon zest. And as you can see, if you want to break it up with your hands, you can break it up with your hands, but I prefer not to because it's kind of a lot of work. I try not to, just use the proper tool that they have, we have. So you rub it together. If you don't have rub it through a sifter or whatever you have to break it up, you can just break it up with the arm. As you can see, you don't want to over mix your streusel, and this recipe, it's kind of really, there's no wrong way how to do this, and it's kind of, you don't want to keep on mixing it all the way, because if you mix it too much, it's just basically gonna get like very a lot of big chunks. But if you ever run into by getting a lot of big chunks, you like your streusel to be basically in chunks, it's up to you. But I prefer not to have my streusel in chunks, because you see, as you can see, I maybe have a little bit of butter, but that's okay, because once I run it through this sifter, it basically break it up. And also, if I'm gonna bake this recipe, I'm gonna add basically this recipe. After I bake it, I'm gonna add it to like panna cotta, top it off with a panna cotta. So bake it first and then you add it on the panna cotta, which panna cotta is basically a curd, basically a custard like. So if you're gonna add it to it, you want to run it through. And I'm gonna wrap this video up, and this is how your product's supposed to look like. I want to say thank you for watching, and if you think this video is helpful for you, please like and share and subscribe. I'm looking forward to coming out with more. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.